Hello and welcome back to the channel. So today we are taking a look at what your spirit guides want you to know. Is there any information or guidance for you at this time? As you can see, I have three groups laid out. We have group 1 with the earthworm, group 2 with the golden egg, and group 3 with the whale. So take a moment and select your pile. The timestamp will be listed in the description below, and I will see you at your reading. Hello again, my lovely group 1. With the earthworm, some of you may be experiencing a lot of anxiety, a lot of stress. You may feel like there's just this emotion that needs to be released, something that's blocked that you just cannot let go of at this moment. And it's causing a lot of physical tension in your body is what I'm feeling, especially in your low back and in the tops of your shoulders and in the neck. There's so much tension. I feel like there could also be like your stomach is in knots, maybe some nausea, some stomach cramps, or like butterflies, but not the good kind, right? It's just all of this pent up energy and emotion, and it's making you feel restless, like you're having to withdraw from the world and from other people. Maybe your surroundings and your environment just feel like it's too much. See if your guides have any advice about these emotions and this pent up energy. We do have the Three of Cups and the Two of Swords, as well as the Chariot. Okay, so with the Two of Swords is often about an indecision, a stalemate, struggling to move forward, and I feel like you are losing your peace of mind because of whatever's stressing you out. But it's not just what's stressing you out. It's the fact that you're not dealing with the stress in a healthy way that is really keeping you from enjoying life over here with this Three of Cups. Now, when I pulled the Two of Swords, I did ask for some clarification, and we received the Chariot. Just do it, is what I'm hearing. Just go, just move. Don't worry about what direction you're moving in right now. Right now, your only focus and goal is to move, to let go of that energy, to start to move forward. For a lot of you, I feel like you are just frozen in place. You don't know where to go. You don't know what to do. You're so anxious and stressed out. You feel very overwhelmed. And it's almost like you're going within and creating this world in your mind, or your third eye even, right? Where you're daydreaming all the time, and you're using these daydreams as a form of escape from this stress. But your guides are telling you to go live your life, go enjoy some time with company, either friends or family, some people that you know. The Three of Cups can be about partying, it can be about celebration, gatherings, even drinking. I just feel that they're wanting you to get out. If you've been cooped up in your home, or you don't go anywhere but home and work, especially if you work from home, you need to get out of the house. I'm also hearing that you need to get in nature, ground yourself. There may be a tree nearby, a very large tree that has been there for many generations, and you really need to go sit out by that tree, ground yourself, and allow all of this pent-up energy and stress to flow into the earth so that it can be transmuted, so that you're no longer carrying it, so that it's out of you, it's off of your shoulders, and you're finally feeling at peace again. Because The Sun card is here in reverse. You feel it, the Sun card in reverse in this read makes me feel like the Devil card almost. It's like you're tied down, you are chained, you feel like I'm visualizing someone who's having sleep paralysis with like a demon sitting on their chest. They can't move, they can't breathe, they're terrified. They don't know what to do, they can't say anything, they can't move. And it's a very terrifying feeling if you've ever had sleep paralysis. But they're telling you that it really is your time to just let it go and move. Believe you can move too. That is part of the problem. Part of the problem is you're not seeing your capabilities. This Two of Swords, she's blindfolded. You're not seeing the potential that you have, the potential future you could have. It's like you may feel stuck because you have this lack of passion or lack of drive, or it's a very sad feeling. It's almost like not knowing what to live for, or not knowing, like, why am I here? What's my purpose? Kind of apathetic in a way. But your guides are telling you, or telling me to tell you, you have a purpose. You have value. You have worth. And it's important to affirm that to yourself every day. Tell yourself, I have value. I have worth. I am enough. Spirit, are there any other messages that need to come through for group 1? I was going to take one, but these 2 are coming out, so. We have signs right now and divine source. I feel like your intuition is cut off, or you're ignoring the signs that Spirit is sending you. The signs card reads, instincts are the message from the inner divine. It's interesting because you're going within, right? You're going within and escaping the world and all of the stress around you. But instead of tuning into your intuition, you're tuning into this fantasy world, or this daydream of what you wish it could be, but you're not realizing that those fantasies that you're having in your mind, whether good or bad, can become your reality. So they want you to pay attention. Pay attention to the good things in those dreams that you want. Pay attention to what you're thinking and what you're feeling, because that's ultimately going to manifest where you are and where you go, where this chariot, where all this energy and this action will eventually take you. There's also a reminder here for you to stay in the present moment. A lot of the times, especially when we struggle with anxiety, we can be very fixated on the future, very fixated on demanding that we know what's going to happen or what could happen. And when we do that, we take away our peace, right? We take away from our sanctity, our peace of mind. It's very important to go with the flow, which I know as someone who struggles with anxiety, going with the flow can be terrifying sometimes when we don't know what's going to happen next. But your guides are reminding you that Source is with you. It's okay. They're covering you. You're protected. You're loved. Trust in Source. This card reads, you'll soon trust that nothing more will come than can be handled at each moment. Now, I know some people have an issue with the saying that God will not give you more than what you can handle, or the universe will not give you more than what you're ready for or capable of handling. But I do truly believe that is the reality. I don't think you're going to receive things that you can't handle, or things that you may not have ultimately manifested to an extent. The thing is, when we don't believe in ourselves enough, we struggle to handle it well, okay? When we don't have that self-worth, that self-confidence, the courage, the strength, we don't believe in ourselves, we will struggle to handle the things that come our way. But when we start to believe in ourselves more, gain our strength, gain our courage, we're able to face the difficult choices, decisions, responsibilities, and actualities of our existence more. The Divine Source card reads, "Help me know that all my deepest needs will be met. Let me trust that you have a plan and the right actions will come. You are my source for all." Your guides want me to remind you that you are covered, you are protected, you are safe, you have everything that you need. Maybe not everything that you want, but you have everything that you need at your disposal. You have resources. You are a very resourceful person. It's like your mind is manipulating the situation so that you don't see the good in the situation, so that you don't understand the blessings that have come your way or are about to even come your way. So it's very important for you to stay in that present moment. Trust your guides, trust Source. Get out of the house, get out of your comfort zone just a little bit. It doesn't have to be diving off into the deep end of that pool. It can be dipping your toes into the shallow end, right? You don't have to go out and do some dramatic entrance somewhere. Just ease into something, but it's very important for you to expose yourself to other opportunities rather than what's in your mind right now, okay? It was such a blessing to be able to read for you today, Group 1. I hope this has given you some insight and guidance to help you on your way. If you are interested in private readings, I do book those through Etsy. You can find the link in the description below. And if you did enjoy this, I ask that you please go ahead and like, comment, or subscribe to let me know that you enjoyed it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Hello, Group 2. Welcome to your reading. And let's see what your guides have for you. With this golden egg, I feel like you are on the brink of this beautiful discovery, self-discovery, really. It's in a nest, and it makes me feel like maybe you've been in this resting period, or maybe you've been in this slow period where you feel like you're not growing much or your life's not changing much, especially with respect to abundance, because this egg is a golden egg, which reminds me of financial abundance specifically, but even blessings all around. And it's surrounded by what looks like wheat, which wheat is a very abundant crop. So I feel like you aren't recognizing your potential similarly to Group 1, but it's more about this resting period that you're in. You're preparing for something big. Some really big, oh my gosh, okay. Some of you really need to go watch Group 1 because I was talking, the devil card did not pop out, but I was talking about it. So, let's see. Yeah, I feel like some of you have been very burnt out in regards to your career and your work. You felt very stressed, like you're not making the money that you want to make, or you're not making the money you feel that you deserve, or you're not being blessed in the ways or rewarded in the ways you feel that you deserve. And that can be very frustrating. That can be stressful when we put our all into something and we're not receiving what we expect or what we think we deserve out of it. And maybe it's just the right job in the wrong time, or maybe it's, you know, a different career path that you need to take. Either way, I feel like a lot of you need to take a break. You need to cut yourself some slack. You've been working very hard. You've been burning yourself out, wearing yourself thin. And it's like your body or your mind have been telling you, hey, I can't go on. I can't do this any longer. But you're ignoring all of these signs. You're ignoring your work ethic and how hard you work. You're ignoring that your work is exhausting you, fatiguing you. It's making you feel chained and burdened and like you're carrying this huge weight on your shoulders. And your guides are wanting you to understand you don't have to work this hard to be abundant. There's a financial opportunity that is coming your way so that you don't have to burn yourself out like this, so that you don't have to work so hard. It doesn't mean you don't have to put effort in and you don't have to have some kind of job to get the money, right? Or the financial stability that you're looking for. But it's just a reminder to cut yourself some slack. I feel like a lot of people in this group have been pushed to be overachievers. You've been pushed to be someone who excels and succeeds every single day. And that can be exhausting and draining. And it's not a natural way to go about things, right? We need rest mentally and physically and spiritually. Life comes in cycles, it comes in stages, and if we're always shooting for that exponential up, 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 where we're constantly working hard, you're going to come down and you're going to crash, and it's going to hurt. And I feel like either that's already happened to some of you, unfortunately, or it will happen and you're going to be forced into this period of rest. So it's very essential for you to learn to take a break. And this doesn't, for some of you, yes, it may mean quit your job and rest. That's not going to be the case for everyone, so please don't just up and quit your job. But for some of you, it's like you may work all day and then come home to a very stressful environment where you're working even more at home, maybe not working for money, but taking care of other people or taking care of pets or taking care of the house. And you're not allowed to rest, but you have to learn to somehow make that time for yourself, right? It's important to learn what real rest is, okay? Real rest is not listening to loud music. It is not playing video games. It is not doing stimulating activities. That's what I thought for a very long time. I would go to school or go to work and come home and listen to metal or, something really loud and obnoxious but fun. And it drained me. I felt good in the moment when I was singing, and then after I stopped, I'd feel so exhausted and fatigued. Like, why? Why do I feel like this? Because it's just another adrenaline rush after I've had adrenaline rush after adrenaline rush after adrenaline rush at work all day. So try something soft and gentle and geared towards self-love and self-care to allow yourself to rest. Maybe that's cooking a nice dinner for yourself, or taking a bubble bath after work and reading a good book before bed. Maybe that is meditating and doing some breathing exercises before you go to sleep. Maybe that's just taking 20 minutes to play with your kids and hang out with your partner or your pets. It doesn't have to be something time consuming, and it doesn't have to be something expensive. We have right action, worth. Is there anything else that wants to come out? And your path. Some of you have too much on your plate. You may find that your value or self-worth is wrapped up in your success, And that is a part of where the problem lies, is you're saying, I'm only worthy or I'm only valuable if I'm working this hard, if I'm making this much money, if I have this job, or if I have this career path. And that is not true. Your self-worth comes from within. Spirit knows you are worthy. Spirit knows you are loved. Other people's opinions shouldn't matter, right? So it really comes down to how you feel about yourself. You are the only person that is going to be with you for the rest of your life, every single second, every moment. So, your worth and value comes from within. It's how you see yourself, right? It's learning that I am love, I am valued, I am worthy. And affirming those things to yourself every day. Because this card reads, you are love itself, and that is so true. You have been worthy to belong to love all along, without any need to improve yourself. Changing your path, changing your direction doesn't mean it's going to change your worth. If you need to take a different job with a pay cut in order to rest and heal, it might be the right thing for you to do. If you need to take time off and not work, that's a scary thing, right? That's terrifying. Especially if you have someone else to take care of, or even most people these days don't even have savings of any kind. So there's just this need for you to rest and to see that your value is not going to come from your career. It's not going to come from your abundance or the things you have. It comes from within. Spirit also wants me to remind you that if you have too many things on your plate, it's going to weigh you down even more. This right action card says, let everything that wants to go, go. And everything that wants to come, come. Some of you want this abundance. You want this new start, or this new prosperity, this blessing, whether it's a person, a place, a thing, if it's money, whatever it is. Some of you want this in your life, but you're not able to have it because you're not letting go of things that aren't serving you, and you don't have room for this. Your path reads, Dear Lord, help me trust that there's a plan far beyond what I can see through my fears and illusions. It's important to let your fears go. This King of Swords, I see, it reminds me of the Nine of Swords in the After Tarot deck, where he's trying to slay a dragon with his sword in bed. He's having these nightmares and trying to just slay these dragons because they no longer matter to him. He's no longer having these fears, these illusions, these scary monsters just don't scare him anymore. And that's what your guides want to remind you of. If you want this, go for it. But you're going to have to learn to rest, and you're going to have to learn to let go of things in order to make room for the other things that you want. You have to let go of something in order to let something else come in. For example, and please don't take this as it's going to resonate for everyone, because it won't. This is a general reading, but for some of you, it has to do with love. If you're stuck on an ex and, maybe they're married or they're in another relationship, or they know for sure it's never going to happen again. Maybe they've blocked you on everything. Who knows? That might be a dead end for you. You could go beating on that door years and years later, like it's going to open, and it won't. I mean, it could for some of you. Anything could happen. I'm going to be honest. Anything could happen. But in this example, we'll say that it's not going to open, right? It's a dead end. But you don't want to let that ex go. But at the same time, you want to get married, or you want to find your life partner or your soulmate. You're not going to be able to find that person if you're hung up on that ex, right? So you'll have to learn to let that person go in order to let someone else come in. Okay? All right, group 2. It has been such a blessing being able to read for you today. I hope that you have gained some guidance and insight from this reading. If you are interested in personal readings, I do offer those through Etsy, which will be linked down below in the description box. And if you did enjoy this content, please feel free to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Hello, my sweet whales, my group threes. I hope you're doing well. I feel like some of you have been grieving or going through this period of loss, this period of darkness, and you're finally starting to see the light. You're finally starting to see, man, things are looking up. And if you're not, you very soon will be. Let's see what your guides have for you. Any advice? Oh, we have 2. You can do whatever you want. You are someone who's very powerful. And it's like, maybe you're stuck and you don't know where to go financially or career-wise, but Spirit is telling you that whatever you work at, you will be abundant in. You will make money doing whatever you want, because you are someone who's very skilled, a very skilled manifester, someone who can just, it's like you can take anything and make it look beautiful and make it work for anyone. Like, I'm seeing people who, I mean, this isn't going to resonate for everyone, it's just an example, but kind of people who flip furniture, like taking something that someone doesn't want anymore, that's falling apart and looks very worn and ragged, and completely restoring it so that it's vibrant and beautiful and lively again, and it looks brand new and has this whole new aesthetic and vibe to it. And someone totally different might want to pick it up and it just works for them. It's like you have this knack for just taking something and turning it into something beautiful. And I feel like you might feel like you can't make money at that, but you can. Your guides are telling me that you can. Some of you, I feel like you may be stuck in a relationship or a job that leaves you feeling very drained. It doesn't feel like it is passionate for you. It may be something that is just, hey, I do this for money, but I'm not passionate about it. I don't love it. I'm not thrilled by it. Is this just air of disappointment about your current energy that you're in? This doesn't have to be work. I'm just saying work because that's what's coming through for most of you. But it feels like a lot of you are just really sad and low feeling about the energy you're in. And it could also be the work environment that you're in, or the environment that you're in is not very supportive. Like, you have to do things on your own. You have to take care of everything on your own. For some of you, it could be you're an entrepreneur, or you work from home and you're actually not in a standard work environment. But some of you are in a standard work environment, and it's like you don't have supportive coworkers or a supportive boss, and you feel like you have everything weighing you down at work because you just have to do it yourself and nobody's giving any handouts, at least not to you. But I feel like you've either said something to stand up for yourself, or you're very soon going to start realizing that it's important for you to stand up for yourself. I find that interesting because I know I have the lights low, but if you can see this card, he's actually sitting in a chariot. So, and the card on the bottom of the deck is this King of Wands, and he's standing in the chariot. So I feel like you're going to start standing up for yourself more at work. You're going to start telling people, hey, look, this is my job. This is what I'm going to do. This is your job. You're going to do your job. I'm not doing your work for you. That kind of attitude. And you could translate that to a relationship as well. Or school, if you're doing a school project and people aren't picking up the slack and they're making you do everything. Or if you're in a relationship and your partner is kind of slacking on their end and they're not putting any effort in, but you're having to put all of it in. You're pouring your heart and soul and energy into this space, and it's like you feel like you're almost getting nothing out of it. Yeah, we had surrender. It came up in reverse. Sometimes learning to surrender can feel as if you're dying. The ego learns what is hardest, to stop trying to control the universe. We have deepening, which is interesting because that is literally what this card reads in the Kim Cran's guidebook. It says, I think it says deep or deepening or like abyss. Once you're on Earth for enough lifetimes, your old soul will begin to long for non-grasping detachment and surrender. They bring the peace of God. We also have true offering. True offering takes what can be an unbearable cross and returns it to love. Wow. With all of the birds and flying animals, we have some butterflies as well, several. And the air, the King of Swords. I feel like a lot of you are going to get this incoming message, email, text, call. Hey, come to my office. Hey, we need to talk. Where someone else is realizing that you're putting in a lot of effort. I feel like it's about, your guides want me to remind you that you don't have to put all the effort in that you're putting in. Maybe it's time for you to kind of take a step back, allow this person to come forward and realize, hey, I'm sorry, I was in the wrong. Let me apologize. Let me work a little bit harder at this. Because you're doing this alone. Whatever situation you're in, you are doing it alone. You are busting your tail. You are working hard. You are the one putting all of the effort in. And you feel like you're getting nowhere, almost like you're spinning your wheels. You're just so disappointed. Like, man, I'm doing all this. Why are they not responding in this way? But I do feel like you're going to get an apology from this person or this situation. May metaphorically apologize. There's just a lot of cards that kind of remind me of someone starting to open up to you and be like, hey, I am recognizing my faults. I'm recognizing my mistakes. Can you forgive me? But I do feel like it may be time for you to take a step back. This doesn't mean leave your situation necessarily, but if you're putting in like 85% of your energy, maybe put in 80 or 75% and see what happens. Because I feel like your guides are telling you that if you pull back just a little bit, pull those reins back just a little, you're going to start seeing the light at the end of the tunnel even more. You're going to start seeing things, more opportunities open up for you, more openness from this person or this situation. You're going to start seeing things more clearly from your intuition. You're going to start understanding the situation more, because I feel like part of the problem is you're not fully understanding the situation from all angles. And this isn't your fault necessarily. It could be this person or this situation isn't revealing everything to you, right? So of course you're not going to see everything. But with this whale coming from the dark abyss into the lighter surface region of the ocean, things are going to start being revealed to you. But you've got to take that little step back and allow it to happen. Allow it to come to the surface and be known and be brought into that light. Okay? All right, group 3, that is your reading. It was a blessing being able to read for you today. Thank you so much for being here. I do offer readings through Etsy if you're interested in private readings. I will link that in the description box below. If you did enjoy this content, please feel free to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.